let's run into a Dan Knows Gators segment. Appreciate Nick for bringing that up earlier. Do want to announce Colin Castleton broke his hand in the Gators win over Ole Miss in the middle of the week last week, and he will be out for the season. Gators do lose to Arkansas on Saturday in a game which they weren't really, involved in very much. Lose by, I believe, 20 or 21 points there. Gators down to 53 in the net rankings. Florida has a lot of work to do to try to make the NCAA tournament. Let's see. In other news, Gators in the XFL. XFL kicked off the other day. Did you guys watch any of this new Dwayne Johnson-owned XFL?
I haven't, but I am going to start to, man. Like, it's a lot of Gators playing in it in their Orlando team. Didn't check out any this weekend, though. Did you?
No, I did not. But there's a lot of new rules, some interesting things. I'm curious to see if they bring them over to the NFL in terms of some kickoffs, in terms of some onside kick. There's just some interesting rules. Should be an interesting thing to watch. Silk, you mentioned that Orlando team. Matt Elam, Johnny Townsend, and Kelvin Taylor are on that team. Will Hill, a name that we already mentioned once on this podcast, but he plays for the Arlington Renegades, and Josh Hammond is on the DC Defenders. So 5 former Gators playing, and then Ron Zook is the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Sea Dragons. The Zooker. Bounced around a bit after leaving Florida.
Green Bay, Illinois. Where else?
Green Bay, Illinois. He sold insurance for a little while in Ocala. And then back, I think he went up to Maryland again, back defensive coordinator for the Seattle Sea Dragons. We already mentioned it before as well, but the Florida men's and women's swimming and diving team both won the SEC championship, ranked 5th and 6th, respectively, in the country right now. This is the first time they both won in the same season since 1993, but this is the 11th straight SEC championship for the men's team. So congratulations to them. Softball is also doing what they need to do on the field. They are now 10-0. They beat Jacksonville 13-2 and 11-0 during the week. And then they played in the T-Mobile tournament where they went 5-0, beating UConn twice, Bowling Green, Delaware, and Central Michigan by a combined score of 53-12. Gymnastics, unfortunately. Yeah, a lot of points. A lot of points on the scoreboard there. Gymnastics suffered their first loss in a tri-meet, I believe is what they're called. So they beat Missouri, but they do lose to LSU 198.1 to 197.975. Gators Gymnastics right now is 8-1 on the season. Fred Biondi, men's golfer, is currently ranked 3rd in the PGA Tour University Velocity Global Rankings. So congratulations to him on a great start to his senior season. And Ricky Castillo is ranked number 14th overall in those same rankings, which does, as you can imagine, rank all university golfers.
Let me interrupt you real quick, Dan.
Yep.
I think we need to apply for credentials to cover the amateur at Augusta, the Amateur Masters.
I'm interested.
Should have a gator in that.
I don't know what's going on, but
I'm going to apply. We need Silk at Augusta.
I can see Silk thriving at Augusta. A nice little pimento cheese sandwich.
Oh, beautiful.
A lot of trees so I could duck off and do what I got to do.
Yeah. A lot of trees for your trees.
For sure. I'm with you, Augusta. Hey, and all the fans that's listening to this, I am going to that game. I'm going to pull up for the Miami series. If you're around, you're in town, pull up, holler at us, chop it up, same corner, same time. But
we got to get with Zika, and we'll do a little meet and greet at White Buff.
Why not? Let's do it.
Baseball, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You got spring football that weekend opening up.
We can do a pop-up.
Gale.
White Buff is with it.
White Buff.
I need a big table, though.
The last time we were at White Buff, we got that big table. Shout out to Nick and Zika for that. Harrison pulled out. We had a whole crew up there.
Oh, y'all wouldn't got the big table without your boy, huh? That's how
y'all feel? You were not in town, so
you guys shouldn't have got the big table then. The small table, if I'm not here.
What was that? That was a Tennessee game. That was a Tennessee game in 2020. What year are we now? 23, so 21 in the Tennessee games. So that was a fun weekend. And then finally, friend of the program, friend of all three of ours, Brian Johnson, former quarterback coach of the University of Florida and co-offensive coordinator, quarterback coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, is now the new offensive coordinator for
At
the
Miami.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, my
Oh
What
man,
happened? Must have just been a contract dispute because I thought he was already in Coral Gables.
yeah,
That's what they told me.
I've got a really good friend of mine, Taylor. He's a South Carolina grad, and he was assured that they were going to get Brian Johnson. And I said, buddy,
Assured.
no,
No way.
offense to South Carolina.
South
There is not
Kakalaki.
a snowball's chance in hell that Brian Johnson is going to be your new offensive coordinator.
Wasn't leaving Philadelphia to go be Shane Beamer's OC.
I didn't see it happening. So.
Not going out on a limb at all, and not guessing at all when I say Brian Johnson does not want to participate in recruiting or NIL. So college football may not be a thing in his future. I think pros is where it's at for him.